Hey listeners, before we get into this episode, I just want to share something with you guys. We have actually partnered with Clever.fm to take this community to the next level. So kung itatanong nyo kung ano ang Clever.fm, so it is a podcast app where you can listen to each episode that you like and engage in meaningful discussions with me and your fellow members of the community. You can also search for each episode that suits your needs, and at the same time, you can take private notes, highlight episodes that you want to share with your friends on social media. Check out clever.fm by downloading it at the App Store or Google Play Store. Experience podcast listening like you've never experienced it before. So see you there, and thank you so much, Clever FM, for partnering with our show. So back to this episode, guys. See you there.
Chill
Chill
Talk.
Talk.
Chill Talk.
Chill Talks.
Welcome to Chill Talks Podcast, your companion in your chill time. Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Chillin' with Pa. Oh my God! Hi there, welcome to another episode of Chill Talks Podcast, where we discuss anything and everything over a cup of coffee. So I am your host, PJ. You know the drill, and this time, this is another React episode na hindi ko nagagawa for a very long time due to schedules. And with me, after a long week of hiatus, I don't know how do you pronounce that? Hiatus?
I don't know.
Hiatus? I don't know, whatever. After a long time na hindi kami nag-uusap, Iza from one of the best podcasts in the Philippines, Equipped in Game and in Life, is here with us to react to another episode na ginawa ng podcast called Sip and Shot, entitled Changing Careers and Chasing Dreams. So hi Iza, welcome, and nice to talk to you again after so many weeks, months ata I think.
Yeah, oh my gosh, I'm so excited. It's been a long time since we last got to do this React thing, and I'm really excited that we're able to talk again.
Yes. Parang nagsabay-sabay kasi yung work, nagsabay yung studies, lahat. So parang I'm sure you were busy. You were busy as well kasi yun nga yung podcast mo din, parang since avid follower kami ng podcast mo, so parang hindi masyado nagpo-post si Iza. Ang nangyari. So, yun. Let's just jump into it. So, if you're new to this kind of platform sa mga nakikinig, ang ginagawa namin is we will be reacting to an episode na sinabi ko kanina. The link is down below so you can listen to the full episode. But we won't be talking about the whole thing para mapakinggan nyo rin yung perspective ng Sip and Shot. So, in order to jump into this conversation, Iza, what did you think? What's your impression doon sa episode nung pinakinggan mo siya?
I love their voices so much. Like, sobrang ganda ng boses sila pareho. And I was just like, sobrang sarap pakinggan nung episode. Like, I was very much engaged kasi parang, I also like their intro.
Yes,
like,
yes, actually. Ako
ng slide kasi sobrang upbeat and funky. And so, that was like a good start for me at least.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, overall, like, I found their topic for this episode really, really interesting. I can't say that I have experienced something 100% similar as them kasi medyo iba yung pagpasok ko sa workforce compared to how they did it. But I mean, in general, I just really loved hearing their stories and like how they thought about changing jobs or like what really made them decide na okay, it's time to sort of leave this company and search for another thing.
Yes.
But yeah, I have a lot to say. But
yes.
How about you? How did you feel?
Anong tawag nito? Napaka applicable yung title ng podcast nila sa dynamic nung mga host. Sip and Shot. Yung tipong one of the host is very relaxed and one of the hosts is very outspoken. There is a very very interesting balance between the hosts na kung saan applicable siya, parang you get a taste of something strong and you get a taste of something chill sa usapan nila. So that's what I love about the conversations, yung dynamic nung mga hosts as well as the voice. I cannot stress it enough. I am a sucker when it comes to hearing beautiful voices. When it comes to podcast, I'm yung tipong alam mong maganda ang boses nila hindi dahil sa microphone quality, but kundi yung the actual voice themselves is very good, very professional. Unlike me na
grabe naman.
ang bala ko lang is yung ganda ng mic, but nonetheless, enough self-pity, ang ganda nung overall discussion nila. Hindi namin i-spoil kasi parang there were certain conversations sa episode na ginawa nila na napaka ganda ng flow, and we won't spoil that story, especially yung pinagdaanan nila sa iba't ibang company, but rather we will just share our own experience when it comes to these things. Okay lang sa'yo yun, Isa? Kasi,
definitely. They should definitely listen to their episode because they have a lot of stories.
Yes,
and
true.
I feel like given how the workforce situation in this country is still like changing and developing, I feel like a lot of people would relate to them too.
Yes. And yeah, everything will be linked down below, but nonetheless, let's jump into our own conversation within this topic. So, ikaw, Isa, anong tatanungin kita? Ano yung mga pangarap mo dati nung bata ka? And kamusta? ngayong 20 plus ka na, you're in your mid-20s.
I'm not in my mid-20s.
Ay, sorry, ako pa. Sorry, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Now, ngayon, nandito ka na sa early 20s mo. Ayan. Now that you have reached your early 20s, how does it feel? Na yung dreams mo ba nung younger ka ay same pa rin ba sa dreams mo ngayon?
Definitely not. Oh my gosh. I feel like I mentioned this a lot of times on my podcast, how ever since I was a kid, my only dream was just to be a doctor. As in, I just wanted to be a doctor. When I was a kid, I honestly think it's because I watched Grey's Anatomy when I was very young. Tapos parang na-interest na ako sa mga kay McDreamy, ayan. So as a kid, you don't really understand everything, so you sort of focus on aesthetics first. And so that caught my eye. But then growing up, I definitely was interested in the sciences also. From high school to college, my college course was biochemistry, so that was essentially my pre-med. And basically, like, I was on the med school path. I was all eyes and ears towards becoming a doctor. And the only thing that really sort of stopped me or hindered, or I wouldn't say, is it stopped or hindered? I would say stopped.
Divert na lang. I think na-divert yung direction. Parang
that's a better word. Na-divert na yung path ko. It's because of the pandemic. I mean, I think a lot of us experienced that also with the onset of the pandemic and lockdown. Kasi sakto siya for me. Like, when I graduated in 2019 in October, I spent a couple of months thinking about what med schools I'd apply to, ganyan. And then, boom, like February, March, COVID cases were coming up, nag-lockdown na noong March. I had to go back home to the province, and the idea of experiencing med school or learning medicine through online means just wasn't really something that I thought I could do. And it's not just because of the online factor. I think finances, also just like how I am able to study. The situations just weren't working for me, and I just knew that I wouldn't be able to be a good student in those circumstances. So parang, like, becoming a doctor is such a heavy thing to do. Like, there's so much you have to learn, there's so much you have to know and really understand for you to become a good doctor. And I just felt like I wasn't able, I wasn't going to be able to do that through an online setup. And I know a lot of people, they're able to do it. I mean, they pushed through the online setup and the whole pandemic thing. But for me, it's just something that I knew I couldn't handle.
Mm-hmm.
And that was really, really hard to accept. Like, imagine thinking that you have set yourself up for years and years towards one dream, and then suddenly that's not the dream anymore that you can pursue because of something drastic that happened, something that's out of your control. And oh my gosh, man, I was lost.
Mm-hmm.
I was lost for a couple of months. Kasi syempre, like, diba, akalain mo yun, um, you're pre-med, you study everything, you try to get the best scores that you can so that you can get a good get into a good med school, and then despite all that happening, you just don't push through. It was definitely a mental challenge as well.
Mm-hmm.
Coming to terms with it, just like being okay with that big change in my life. But despite all of that, I'm very, very much happy where I am right now, because I feel like now I'm just able to do a lot of things that I never really expected that I could do. And I'm grateful for that. I'm really, really grateful. What about you? Like, kamusta naman yung development ng dreams mo as you grew up?
Wait lang, ano ba? When I was a kid, parang I have this dream na, alam mo naman siguro pag bata ka, napaka-idealistic ng gusto mo marating, di ba? Kasi when I was younger, parang nanonood ako ng mga documentaries. Kasi discover... Hindi naman yung... I don't understand the documentaries kasi palibhasa kasi yung tito ko tuwing bumibisita sa amin, ang laman lang ng TV is always Discovery Channel, History Channel, so mga ganong stuff. Tapos, na-realize ko na parang ang dream ko is I want to change the world. Yung ganon.
Yes.
That kind of level na yung tipong oh my God, looking back, nagkikringe ako. Kasi, during elementary, you will be asked, what do you want to be? What's your dream in life? Sagutin ko. Naalala ko, in public, pati sa harap ng mga klase ko, very confident, I want to change the world. Tapos sabi ng teacher namin, can you be specific? No, ma'am, I want to change the world. That time na yon, I really don't know how, but nagkaroon ako ng parang vision to start a school kasi I was inspired by my stepmom now. But my mom na tawag sa kanya, mama na tawag sa kanya, but the time na jowa pa lang siya ng papa ko, she was a teacher, and parang nakita ko na establishing a school is good. And parang gusto ko magtayo ng school. Akala ko ang dali-dali. Sometimes if you set dreams, sometimes setting dreams are very easy. So it's very easy. I want this. Oh, I want that. I want to attain these things. But once you're in the process, oh my God. parang nakatingala ka sa bundok, di ba? Yan ba, nakita mo yung Mount Pinatubo. Ay, wow, ang ganda ng Mount Pinatubo. Ang gandang puntahan. Pero pagpunta mo sa paan ng bundok, ay, ang laki pala. Di ko kaya ko ba to? Parang ganung feeling. And I gave up on that nung nag-start na ako nung college. And parang college ata, I didn't have a dream. Na tinanong ako ng parents ko ano yung gusto ko pagka-graduate. Kasi noong time na yon, ang nasa utak ko lang, gusto ko maging artista.
Yeah. Yeah.
nung time na yon, uso pa yung talagang yung peak ng Pinoy Big Brother. That was the peak of Pinoy Big Brother na kung saan gusto ko talaga na yung sumala ako sa mga auditions, yung mga text promo ng ABS-CBN to be may chance kong maging housemate ni Kuya. Oh my God. I tried all of those cringe things, and even I think nung pag college application ko pa lang, ang two choices na nilagay ko is theater arts and broadcasting. Yun yung two
Oh,
courses.
wow.
Yun yung two courses na nilagay ko. But when I presented that to my parents, of course, they highly
Oh,
they highly disagree, pero in a way that made sense, na hindi nila sa akin sinabi na ay wala kang future diyan, wala kang matututunan diyan, 'di ba?
Yeah.
They put it in a way na kung saan they explained it, kasi yung ang sabi sa akin ng parents ko, kung ano yung nasa ano yung experience na gusto ko daw makuha sa theater arts and broadcasting, I can get it with any other course, na kung saan kahit graduate ako sa course na yun, I can still have the flexibility of applying for a job. And when I realized that, until now, I'm still thankful that I changed course talaga. Kasi ang
What
pinili...
course did you end up taking?
Sociology. Kasi walang psychology that time sa in-applyan kong university. So, I took up sociology as my first course, and Bachelor of Arts in Education yung second choice ko. Pero nakapasa ako sa sociology, so pinurso ko sociology. And I was shocked. Sociology as a course is very interesting. You get to study about people, you get to study about society, community organizing. And I found that I have this skill. Not talent. I have this skill kasi pinractice ko siya na when it comes to public speaking, I love public speaking. At the same time, I love leading and managing people. So parang, community organizing, ang ganda nito. But hindi ko pa rin siya nakikita as my dream that time. Even teaching, sabi nga sa akin ng mama ko, mag-teacher ka. Bagay sa'yo ang teaching. Pero nung time na hindi pa ako nakikinig, kasi ang gusto ko talaga nun, maging I don't know what happened. Maybe I was so in love with the idea of being the center of attention that time. Kaya yun pa rin yung nasa isip ko. And thank goodness, looking back, I thank God na hindi ako naging ganun. Hindi niya tinupad yung ganun kong kagustuhan, because I was so immature that time na baka pag binigay sa akin yung kagustuhan kong yun, baka I might grow up as a very huge asshole or douchebag that time. Sometimes talaga kung ano yung mga gusto mo on certain situations at hindi binibigay sa'yo, maybe it means that you are not mature enough to handle that kind of stuff once it is given to you. So parang ganun siya. Ngayon ko lang na-realize. Before I never realized those things. Parang siyasay ko lang na galit sa akin ng Diyos, hindi ako pinagbibigyan ng gusto ko marating sa buhay. So, yun. And after that, graduate ako ng college, and I got this first job as a sales trainer in a cell phone brand, kung saan my task is to teach people how to sell. Basically, ako yung nagmamanage ng mga supervisors, manage ng mga promoters, leadership trainings. Basically, what I want, yun yung dream ko. But nung time na yun, I was teaching mature people, mga matatanda na. I think some are 20 years older than me. And hindi na nakikinig kasi parang yung seniority complex, di ba? Now, why would I listen to someone who is only 21? I was only 20 when I was doing that kind of job. So, hindi sila niniwala sa akin. So, parang I don't have the skills. And I understand that. Perfectly understood.
What did you do during that time?
I just did my job. Na eventually, they warmed up to me. And I never took it personally. So, sadyang yung course na tinake ko nung college, it was a huge foundation for me to know how to interact with different kinds of people. Kasi sociology and being able to interact with communities, parang you get a certain glimpse on how to talk with different kind of people. Aggressive man yan, masayahin, makukulit, mapagbiro. Parang I had this grasp on how to interact with them. Na hindi ko pinapersonal.
It's really evident sa'yo.
Yeah. No. Wow, I'm so sorry. Oh my God.
No, it is. You have that knack for just... Imagine like all the interviews, all the conversations that you've been having. It's not easy to be able to do that with a bunch of different personalities.
Yeah, actually.
I'm proud of you.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, no. Thank you. It's actually challenging to do that kasi nung time na yun, nung nasa sales pa lang ako, ang dream ko ng that time was to make a name for myself. Kasi, maybe sa sarili ko naman to kasi my mom is a very well-known person sa line of work niya. She is a great public relations officer. She knows how to deal with people better than me. She as in, ang galing niya talaga. Super galing niya sa public relations. And also, my dad is a very well-known community organizer sa iba't ibang communities ng province namin sa Albay. As in, pag narinig yung pangalan niya, agad-agad na tiwala yung mga tao sa kanila. Nung time na yun, sabi ko, if ganun ang caliber ng parents ko, ano na ako? Parang I put that kind of pressure to myself na parang, ano ako? Parang minaliit ko yung sarili ko looking at that. Kasi ayokong gamitin yung name ng parents ko for my own benefit. Alam mo yun? I want to be acknowledged because magaling ako. I want to be acknowledged because of this. Not because, ay anak yan ni ganito, ay anak yan ni ganyan.
Yeah.
No, I don't want that.
You don't want to live in their shadow.
Yes. And for sure, alam din naman ng parents kong yun. Even though never ko na-open sa kanila yung ganong frustration ko. Never ko na-open sa kanila yun. But I know that they can feel that. And they support me 100% of the way. So parang ganon. After that, sa sales, I decided to quit nung una, namatay yung lola ko. Pero I decided to quit kasi parang iba na eh. It's very linear na, ay, magtuturo ako ng sales sa ganito. Tapos magtuturo ako ng specs ng isang cellphone sa ganito. After that, what's next? So parang ganun. Hindi ko na nakita yung sarili ko growing into that. And lo and behold, I was unemployed for 2 years after I quit. Kasi I was unemployed kasi parang that time I want to start my own business. Na sabi ko, I know, yung tipong, I had this mindset of the hustle mindset na, no, you don't need a job. You don't need an 8 to 5 job. Also, ano ba, bitch? Parang gusto ko magkaroon ng business, hire people, help people, and sadly, it did not turn out well. Kasi parang minaliit ko nga yung ganong system na, yun, like I said, yung example ko sa Mount Pinatubo na gustong-gusto mong puntahan, pero once na you reach the starting point, parang you will be intimidated. And by that time, that was not mine. And I made some mistakes sa mga relationships ko before, with my exes, former colleagues, my family. Eventually, na-scam kami sa pera. And that was one of the most depressing things in my life, na kung saan nahulog kami sa scam, yung mag-i-invest ka ng certain amount to get certain interest back within a week. Nainganyo ko dun because it was kind of an easy way out when having a capital when starting a business. Kasi imaginein mo the promise of 10% weekly. So parang isipin ko, wala na akong poproblemahin sa kapital. Diba? I can rotate it every week. So parang ganun yung naging mindset ko. And I planned so far ahead in the future na kung saan when I met that kind of stop na, ay, pucha, scam pala. My world broke apart kasi parang na-visualize mo na siya eh. Diba? You had this vision na gusto mong i-pursue. It might not be the same yung doon sa diba pag-pursue mo ng medicine, na-visualize mo na yung sarili mo na naka-robe ka, nagra-rounds ka, diba? Because nandun na yung path mo, diba? It's frustrating na kung saan yun yung gusto mong puntahan but the road ended. Na alam mong by that time, kailangan mo talagang mag-take ng ibang route because you reach the end of the line na hindi talaga para sa'yo yung ganun. So, I reached that point and very frustrating siya na kailangan mong mag-U-turn ka at maglalakad ka ulit ng kalayong daan. You will start again, develop yourself again, and you will redirect yourself to another path. And that moment was very hard. And eventually, I found teaching. I actually found teaching, and it's very fulfilling. I don't know why.
How did you find teaching?
Very coincidentally siya, kung tutuusin. Kasi, pandemic yun. As I started into teaching.
Nitong pandemic lang?
Oo, yung teaching college students. Pero before that, nagtuturo na ako ng English sa ESL. Parang yun yung naging side hustle ko nung unemployed ako.
Yeah.
But technically, I was already employed kasi nasa ESL ako. So,
Yeah.
I was in an ESL for almost a year and a half na nagtuturo ako ng Japanese, Vietnamese, and Japanese. I teach them English. Then, tinuturuan ko sila eventually. And there was a time na nag-scroll ako nun sa Facebook. Then, I saw this hiring post ng isang university na sabi nila they are hiring instructors for sociology. Sociology majors na graduate. Graduate ka ng sociology, you have the diploma, you have the degree, and at the same time, willing ka magturo. Hindi sila, anong tawag yan? Instructor, basically. And I decided to apply, and lo and behold, I got hired, and that was the start of me teaching during the pandemic. Yung first talagang online class nung in-establish ng pandemic, di ba? Yun yung, doon ako nag-start. So, I'm still new to teaching. I think 2 years pa lang ako sa teaching. Pero, nung time na yun, hindi ata ako ma-hire if I did not have experience with ESL. Diba?
Right. Because that was like more or less an educational background also.
And techie.
I mean, a teaching background.
Yes, teaching background at the same time, kailangan techie ka kasi you need to know how to navigate to certain online platforms. Then, hindi ako mapupunta sa ESL if hindi kami na-scam ng pera.
Right.
Kasi nung time na yun, I decided to jump into ESL kasi nung na-scam kami, we need to pay some of the debts. And I found this online job from virtual assistant to ESL teacher na nakalikom ng pera pambayad ng debts. I will not, hindi ako may involved sa ESL if I was not scammed, if we were not scammed. So parang, I look back, the darkest moment in my life was the foundation in achieving my dreams now.
Quote that right there.
Tapos, cue your intro music. Yung ano mo sa yung sa podcast mo yung intro bell, yung bell, cue that. Hindi, parang
oh my gosh. Guys, take that and note it down. That's such a nice
pin it to the wall,
way to
parang
put it.
So ganun siya. And as yun nga, yung nagtuturo ako, I realized that teaching college is tough talaga. The paperwork, you balance the paperwork, you balance creating the lessons, checking, discussion, everything. Kasi pag instructor ka, hindi ka lang naman nagtuturo. Dami ka pang gagawin on the side. And nung time na yun, I feel tired. Pero yung happy tired na you're even though napagod ka sa trabaho mo, even though nagrereklamo ka sa trabaho mo, you still love doing it. Not because of the money. Yeah. Part na yung money, pero I never felt that on my previous job. Na, oh my God. Lalo na yung mga pag may nag-PM sa yung students na they thank you for the inputs. Kasi, ang mindset ko kasi when I became a college instructor, sinabi ko na I want to be the teacher na hindi ko nakuha nung college ako. Kasi nung college ako,
that's nice.
Nung college ako, halos wala akong nakita. Walang teacher na nagbigay ng outside lesson sa amin. Yung tipong, tinuro lang sa amin kung anong nasa syllabus, but after that wala na. I want to be the instructor na that can mold these young ones to push themselves more. So parang ganun.
Yes.
So that was my mindset nga ba? Mindset. And after that, nagsimula na yung podcast career ko. And never in my wildest dreams would I realize na napunta ako dito. Oo. Yung tawa ng isang gabi. Sabi ko, kasi may mga nagpi-PM sa akin sa Instagram, may nagpi-PM sa akin sa Facebook na, uy, I love your podcast. Gas yung mga giniguest ko dito sa Daet, mga locals. May one time nga nung namili ako ng sa isang grocery store or boutique store, kalimutan ko na recognize yung boses ko nung isang cashier na never Nagulat ako
he's
sa
famous or something.
tinanong niya sa sir, kayo po ba yung host ng podcast na ganito? Kasi one time kasi may ginast akong influencer dito sa Daet. So parang kilala niya daw kasi, pinakinggan niya. Tapos pinakinggan niya rin daw yung iba episode. So yes, ako po yun. So, they love nga yan.
Yeah.
I thank you. Sabi ko, pag uwi ko ng gabi, no, parang I was happy. And at the same time, na-shy ako na may nakaka-recognize ka sa akin kasi masaya ako na most of my joke lang. Most of my fans, most of my listeners, not fans. Most of my listeners talaga ay from Manila. Yung mga nakaka-interact ko, nakaka-chat ko, mostly Manila sila. Manila-based sila. And nung time na yun, na-realize na sabi ko, famous na ba ako? Yung nag-reflect ako, parang wala na sa akin eh. 'Di ba yung before, yung dream kong gusto kong sumigat, nawala na siya sa akin na when people recognize me, nahihiya na ako. Na parang, di ba? For sure, ikaw, pag sinasabihan ka na you are one of the best podcasters in the Philippines, which is true naman, the topics that you are doing, the way you present your podcast, Isa, is very entertaining, very good. Di ba? On your part,
you can see my face right now. I'm just,
Di ba? Exactly. Pero sa mata ng mga, sa amin, as listeners, we don't feel that because we're really genuinely happy doon sa pinapakinggan namin. And I am sure your listeners and my listeners for sure, ganun yung nararamdaman nila. But personally, parang sabi ko, oh my God, if this happened to me when I was younger, baka lumaki na yung ulo ko. Na,
oh, yeah.
Diba?
Yes,
diba? So
yeah.
that's why nasabi ko kanina na maybe you are not given what you want because maybe you're not mature enough to handle it. And, diba? Right now, I'm having recognition upon recognition. And it doesn't bother me anymore. Hindi ako though I'm blessed, I am happy for that. Pero hindi na tulad ng dati na hindi ko na pinagmamayabang na, uy, ganito ako, galing ko talaga. Tipain talaga ako.
Yeah.
Hindi na siya ganun. And thank God, na-delay yung ganun. And ayun, I think hanggang doon. And sa podcasting kasi, I never dreamt na mare-recognize ako ng karamihan. Akala ko nga makikinig lang sa akin 5, 10, 3 sa format ko, sabi ko. And it was very overwhelming na people, for sure, even on your own podcast, di ba? Nakaka-overwhelm din when people you don't know started messaging you na they love your work, they love listening to your show. And it's kind of a happy feeling, and at the same time parang
it's weird.
It's weird. Yeah, it's really
weird.
It's really weird. It's really weird. And buti na lang talaga hindi ako nag-start ng vlog.
Oh my gosh.
Diba?
Hey, what's up you guys?
Hi guys, for
Welcome
today's video.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my God.
But I get, like, I super relate dun sa part na parang some things aren't given to you at the time that you want them because you might not be ready to handle it yet.
Mm-mm.
And even if you might get it, parang there's a chance that you might ruin it also just because, again, you're not fully equipped or your mindset isn't in the right space yet to really take it for what it is.
Yes.
Feeling ko rin, like honestly, if halimbawa I did the podcasting thing years back, tas medyo quote unquote okay yung feedback, feeling ko rin there would have been a part of me that would start to feel too arrogant almost.
Yes,
and I'm
true.
grateful that I feel like the timing was just right. That's it, I think. Yeah. And yung sinabi mo kanina na parang when you started looking back, that's when you sort of saw how everything worked out for you. It really reminded me of this quote. I think it's from Steve Jobs pa yun. Basta parang may sinabi siyang, you can only connect the dots when you look back or when you look backwards. Parang ganon.
True.
Like everything will start to make sense after a long while pa talaga.
Mm-hmm.
And Yeah,
Yeah.
good for you.
That-
I'm so happy for everything that you're able to do now.
Yeah.
Because it's not a joke, it's not easy to sustain that, like the podcasting thing alone, and then considering that you're also teaching, you're
Yes.
communicating with so many people, and that does take a lot of energy. Holy cow. Can you give me some energy?
Ano lang, ang secret ko is kopi ko blanca sa umaga.
Oh
And
my gosh.
tapos, Nescafe sa gabi.
You drink coffee twice a day?
Sometimes once a day lang naman. Minsan morning, minsan gabi. It's either one of
Ang
those.
dami ng twice a day,
It's either one kasi nakakataba siya. Pero minsan uminom ako ng purong kape. So parang ganun. And
nice.
yung dun sa quote mo kay Steve Jobs, parang there is a certain level in philosophy din na tinatawag na determinism, na ang idea niya is that everything is determined. Yung tipong nag-uusap tayo ngayon kasi nag-usap tayo before na magko-collab tayo. 'Di ba? Nag-collab tayo kasi nag-reach out tayo sa isa't isa. Parang kung asan ka ngayon, it is determined by what you did in the past. It is already set in stone, 'di ba? Halimbawa, may binato akong papel or may binato akong coin. Napunta yung coin doon sa sahig dahil binato ko siya. Hindi siya pumunta doon by itself. It was there because you did it. It was determined by you kung saan. So parang ganun na kung ano man ang mararating mo in the future, it was because you did something in the past kung bakit ka napunta doon.
Mm-hmm.
Diba? Parang guess what?
Yeah, that's why you should always do something that your future self will thank you for.
Yes, exactly. Yung tipong ako na yung future self ko ngayon, 'di ba? Kung asan ka ngayon, that's the future mo. So you will look back. Are you proud dun sa past mo, sa mga ginawa niya? Some are questionable. some are questionable, but nonetheless, but parang nag-post, I think I posted this before in social media na kung saan sinabi ko na kung ano tayo ngayon, we are just reliving the memories of our future self.
Oh, I've never heard of that one before.
Diba?
Interesting.
This conversation that we are having right now, after a few hours, it will just be a memory of your future self. Diba? By
A
10
memory of my future self. Okay, yeah. Okay, that makes
diba?
sense.
Example.
Napaisip ako.
Diba? Pag natapos tayo around 9 p.m. By 10 p.m., etong conversation natin will just be a
Like
part
in the
of your
past,
memory.
huh?
Yeah. You're now you're just reliving the memories of your future self. So, parang create the memories na pag nag-look upon yung future self mo, they would be happy. Parang it's gonna say that you will do something that your future self will be proud of. Pero in a case of memories naman siya.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Diba? It's,
And
yeah.
pero like halimbawa like yung sa episode na Angel and Hans, diba they were talking about how they sort of felt na it was like time for them to seek something new, ganyan.
Yes.
Ikaw,
Yes.
you were more or less willing to try out a lot of different things. Has that always been like a perspective that you had, or parang nag-build up pa lang siya?
Actually, I hate trying something new Before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, before I hated trying.
Before,
I hated trying something new because if you're comfortable in a system that works for you, then why would you change that system? So parang yun yung naging perspective ko. Pero parang inisip ko naman na yes, I have the system for myself, pero it doesn't mean that when I try something new, masisira ko na yung system na yun. So I try to dive into something new, and if it works, that's good. If it doesn't work, then at least I tried. So parang ganun. Ikaw, ano yung mga bagong bagay na pinagkakaabalahan mo this past few months?
The past few months?
Yeah, were you able to try something new?
Oh, the past few months.
Yeah, or recently.
Well,
recently.
Definitely doing interviews. Kasi this year lang ako nag-start mag-interviews. It's actually one of my biggest themes for this year na just to keep on collaborating, keep on creating stuff that I can like release a podcast or like Pixel ganyan. And so I have never interviewed people extensively before this year. That was relatively new kasi yung parang workflow yung pinakabago sa akin. But in terms of actually talking to people that I don't know, that part isn't that new kasi I'm medyo extroverted, so I actually enjoy starting conversations with people I don't know. Like, it's easy for me to do that. But then yung parang work ethic, yung mga parang the nuances of creating a podcast episode, like scheduling, you have to coordinate with your guests that you want, you have to properly, invite them, ganyan. That was sort of a whole thing for me to learn. But then, other than that, does driving count?
Yes, driving.
I also started driving this year. Oh my gosh,
The driving count. Yeah, driving counts.
It is weird. It's very a lot of people find it peaceful, like it calms them, but for me, it borderline stresses me out. I don't know.
Kahit automatic?
Siguro dahil sa mga tricycle na mahilig sa sumingit, ganyan.
Pero,
true. This year lang din ako nagka-driver's licenses. So I like it though. I like being able to like run errands. Like I don't need to wait for my older brother to drive me or my dad, ganyan. Like I can go out by myself. So I feel like there's that extra sense of independence.
Yeah, true.
If I may add. But honestly, kasi parang the past couple of months, very routinely na yung mga pinagagagawa ko sa buhay, like from work, from podcasting. But overall, podcasting has been the biggest, the most, the newest thing that I ventured into, and I also didn't expect that it would be like this. Like I've had, I actually know I didn't have doubts, but like I just wasn't expecting much from it. And so that's why the experience is very, very overwhelming, but at the same time I'm super grateful.
Yeah,
because like I've met so many people. I met you were one of the first podcasting friends I made, and I'll always be grateful for that. And that sort of like kickstarted me being more comfortable with like reaching out to other podcasters here in the Philippines. No, legit though, legit. And it's like a very, I didn't expect the podcasting space in the Philippines to be this welcoming to other podcasters. Alam mo yun? Kasi may worry din ako before na parang like what if they're already like established podcasts, they're not really gonna notice you, or they don't really care what you do. But it's actually the opposite. Like everyone's just so supportive. And that's something that I wasn't expecting. And I'm grateful for that. Really grateful.
And speaking of the podcast community, one of my fears din, kasi sa US kasi, if you're not Joe Rogan, if you're not a big creator, yung tipong, if you start a podcast, it's parang wala ka nang gusto sa buhay. It's a running gag sa most of the US na pinagtatawanan nila na, you're unemployed, you should start a podcast. So parang ganun. So parang they see it as if wala ka na talagang marating, if you're not like the biggest creators in the platform, you start a podcast. Kasi parang how would I suggest? How would I phrase this? Napaka-laki na ng mundo ng podcasting na there are so many creators both in the Philippines and worldwide na saan ka pa lulugar? Diba? And when I start...
That's what I thought also.
Diba? Saan ka lulugar? Diba? When I started my podcast, parang sinabi ko na, what if yung mga topics na may isip ko may gumawa na? What if yung mga gusto kong pag-usapan, may gumawa na?
That's so true.
Diba? Parang it's not, how would I be genuine? So, sa sobrang pressure ko ng ganun, di na ako nakaisip ng mga topics. But, eventually naisip ko, fuck it. this is my show. So, gagawa ko yung gusto ko pag-usapan. Whether or not it has the same theme as other podcasters. I don't care. I want to do this, and I am sure other podcasters have their own flair and flavor when doing
Yeah.
episodes with a similar theme. So, it's not really the same. So, parang yun yung naisip ko. And until now, I'm happy coming up with different topics. Ito nga topic natin sa actually, we're not reacting. We're just adding to the story nung episode na to kasi unlike the previous episodes, we don't want to spoil anything from this episode kasi ang gaganda ng kwento talaga nila. And I would love our audiences to listen to that specific episode because it was a lot of fun. And di natin i-rate. I think this will be the episode na hindi natin i-rate because we did not talk about it that much. Diba? Di naman natin pinag-usapan masyadong episode nila, but overall the impressions na episode nila, basta ang ganda. I don't know. It was professionally well made. Itong podcast na ito.
Yeah.
It was.
Yeah, that's true. And I feel
Diba?
like it's hard to put a rating because the stories were so personal to them.
Yes.
Like it's their story.
Exactly.
It's their experience. Who are we to say that this is just an 8 or that's
Diba?
a 7.7?
Yung tipong,
Like I don't think it's applicable in this case.
yung
Parang sama naman.
yung tipong, you were depressed when finding a new job. It's 7 out of 10. That story, no.
Right.
You were depressed? You were, no. Parang, it kind of undermines the story. It kind of invalidates the emotions nung ginawa natin ng episode. So, we're not going to react. We're not going to give our rating. But we do love the episode. We do love the conversation. And, so parang, ito, one of the final questions na tatanong ko sa'yo, Iza. Currently, where you stand right now, ano yung gusto mo pang pangarap na marating?
I was gonna ask you this also.
Oh my God! We share the same brain cells. Oh my God.
My question was like, if your dream before was to become like an artista, what's your dream now?
Ikaw muna.
Oh my God.
Since we share the same question, ikaw muna. You answer first.
Okay. Kasi looking back, now that I'm thinking about it right now as we're recording this, parang before, whenever I would see or hear the word dream, parang there's always like a specific position linked to it. And I mean, that position is doctor or public servant or just being a servant in general. Like it's a position. And I feel like now how I see a dream is very much more of an experiential type of thing. So if someone were to ask me like, oh, what's your dream right now? I wouldn't say to be a great podcaster or to be a good content writer or whatever. It's not a position, but I would actually rather just say my dream is just to make the most of my time that I have here on Earth and try to just put out as many positive messages as I can. And that's my dream. And I feel like it's also kind of cool because I feel like I'm sort of living that dream already just because of the whole podcast stuff and just like being intentional about the messages and the people I invite and have conversations with. And so in a way, I don't actually have to wait for a certain point to reach that dream because it's something that I can do right now. It might not be like 100% perfect or the best, but it's something that I can do. And I think that's what I really love about the mindset shift that I had towards these dreams. Like it's not linked to like an external role. It's not linked to money, so that's okay, but it's just not something that drives me anymore. It's really about the messages and what you can do, what I can do throughout my years, because again, I don't know how long I'm gonna live. Hopefully I live long, but like it gives that room for just making the most out of life in general. How about you?
paano ba sa akin? Upon, yun nga, nung tinanong natin yung napag-isipan natin yung question na yan, I think last night din, napag-reflect ko pa yan kung ano yung pangarap ko. And I remember the story sa mom ko na, sa mom ko kasi, kung ano yung pangarap niya nung bata siya, yun yung na-achieve niya ngayon. Her dream was to become a teacher, not because she wanted to teach. Maybe some factor na yun, pero she wanted to be a teacher because she knows that is stable. Diba?
Yes.
If you have a career as a teacher, it's a stable job. Technically kasi bakit? She wants to support her family. Kasi nung time na yon talagang she grew up in a poor family as the youngest. Tapos nung time na yon pinaaral niya yung anak nung ate niya. So parang on that note, she cannot afford to be distracted. She cannot afford to feel lost. Ika nga, from the way we phrase things ngayong Gen Z and millennials. So parang she cannot afford to feel lost kasi the moment she will feel that way, wala, ano na isusuporta niya sa pamilya niya. Diba?
Right.
Yeah, so that's why she pursued being a teacher until she got to the position na kung asan siya ngayon. And she loved it. She loved every step of the way of that. And parang nung nag-usap kami dati, sinabi niya, it's a luxury daw. It's a huge luxury that nakakaisip ako na may time ako maging feel lost. It's a huge luxury na you can have room for self-doubt because that time nung panahon nila, if you have those kinds of moments, magugutom ang pamilya mo at magugutom ka. So you have to keep going. You have to keep pushing. Kasi people are depending on you. So yun yung perspective nila. Nung sinabi niya yun sa akin, parang I realized she's right. She's very much right. Kasi I was able to have doubts. I allowed myself to feel lost because I think at the back of my mind, I know that my family is still there. Na hindi ako magugutom kasi nandyan sila, 'di ba? They support me. So parang it made sense. Like that. And having that kind of responsibility is what fuels me to keep pushing what I'm doing. Yung tipong I don't want to stop. If I feel lost, I just want to go on. Gusto ko magpatuloy. If I feel lost in teaching, if I feel lost in podcasting, I will just keep doing it. Kasi if I did not do it, then some of my listeners, maybe my workflow, my work ethic will be affected pag huminto ako and nag-stop talaga ako sa mga ganyan. I can rest, which is very important, but at the same time, hindi ko na inaalis yung ganong mindset. So, with that said, kung ano ba ang dream ko talaga, is just to just have this kind of consistency. Imagine mo, no, ang dream na natin.
I love that word.
'Di ba? Ang dream na natin, nung bata tayo, we want to achieve something. But the moment we grew older, we don't want to achieve anything. We just want to be stable. We just want to be consistent. We just want to be happy. Parang hanggang doon yung evolution ng dreams natin. And whatever your dream is, so long as makakabuti sa'yo and it will have a beneficial impact to the people around you, then keep on. You do not actually chase dreams, eh. Because
you build them?
Ano?
You build them?
Maybe kasi if you chase dreams, it means that chase, eh. Ibig sabihin hinahabol mo, eh.
Mm-hmm.
You're struggling to chase. So what if mapagod ka, lumayo na yung dream mo, you will stop. And that's what happened. That's what happened sa previous life natin. Na chinase mo maging doctor, nawala. Chinase ko maging artista, nawala. Oh my God.
Hindi tinanggap ni Kuya.
Diba? Chinase, if you keep on chasing things, parang you will be frustrated if hindi mo nahabol yun. So, why not just walk with your dreams? So, parang ganun. Build your dreams, yes. It's the same, I think it will be the same metaphor if you walk with your dreams and build your dreams because nasa pacing mo siya, eh. You are working on your own pace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I love that.
Diba? You're working...
Quote that again.
Okay. Intro ni Isa. Wind chime now. Wind chime. Cue the wind chime.
Oh my gosh.
Diba?
I love this episode.
So,
Yeah, I totally agree.
diba?
Oh
You
my
build,
gosh.
kasi, diba, pag sinabi mong build your dreams, you're still with your dreams. You're still working with your dreams. So, parang ganun. And I'm not bashing the episode, ha? Baka isipin ng may mga listeners, pati akong pilosopo. Hindi ko binabash yung Tamili Chasing Dreams. I am calling out the title. No. Sadyang, when we are young, we chase dreams. But as we grow old, we just want to find peace. I don't know. Pero ngayon,
Yeah,
personally,
no, there was something in their
Yeah.
episode that parang they mentioned na throughout their jobs or careers, parang they eventually started to realize that they valued something else.
yes, exactly.
And that's what sort of prompted them to be like, okay, maybe I know it's time for me to take on a new path.
Yeah,
Because
exactly.
they felt
Exactly.
that there's something else that they should be doing. Yeah.
Exactly. That's
Ayan, nakapag-react na tayo ng slide.
yeah, may connection na. And I think that's the disadvantage of chasing your dreams. Kasi the moment alam mo, dream nating yumaman, dream natin maging artista, dream natin maging doctor. You are chasing that. If nahuli mo siya, what's next?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
What's next? Would you feel happy na nakuha mo siya? Or would you feel left wanting more? That will lead you to
Yeah.
another chase. That will lead you again to be frustrated. Diba? If you are walking with
It's a
your
cycle.
dreams,
Mhm.
so you're walking with your dreams. Kasama mo siya every step of the way. And you will never be frustrated because clear na clear sa'yo kung ano yung mga gusto mong kasama, ano yung mga gusto mong tahakin. Diba? And in that kind of sense, parang dito sa teaching ko, I don't want to jump into another career again. I want my job to be revolving around the academe. Teaching, researches, sociology. Gusto ko na dun siya umikot because I
Yeah.
think I found where I belong. I found my peace. Yung dream ko, I am living with it. So, parang ganon.
But like that doesn't mean that if you're not 100% certain of your dreams right now, that doesn't mean like you're doing something wrong,
Yeah.
right? Kasi parang
Yeah.
everyone else has their own facing their own journey. It takes
Yeah.
time for you to really figure out what it is that
Yep.
you want in life. And so
Yes.
if you're not there yet, that's completely fine.
That's
You will
fine.
get there eventually.
If you feel
Yeah.
lost, that's fine. Diba?
Yes.
If you want to achieve something tas hindi mo na-achieve again, maybe you're not yet ready for that, but it will come.
Yes.
We guarantee.
100%.
Yeah, we guarantee it will come. And yung dream mo na makilala si McDreamy, I think you have that already.
Dreamy.
Diba?
Oh my gosh. And Max Teamy also.
Max Timmy? Si ano? Ay, wag yun. Babaero yun. Tirador.
Okay, fine. Mag-dreamy lang.
Tirador yun.
Oh my gosh.
It's a tragedy na pinatay sila, no? Halos lahat ata,
Don't
no?
remind me, please. Don't remind me of that scene. It was just, I think that was the moment where I started getting less and less interested in Grace. Yeah.
Nung namatay si McDreamy, na there's
Everyone dies, basically.
everyone dies, but still it's frustrating witnessing that. So
I
parang
know,
ganun.
right?
But we digress kasi ba?
Ba't tayo napapunta dito?
Ay, oo nga. Napasok tayo sa McDreamy kasi. Mga dream kasi. Kasi dream ang pinag-uusapan natin. So, to end this episode, parang, alam mo yung movie na Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah. Oh, I love that movie.
Yeah. Yung one, there was
yung
one.
song?
Yeah, dream. So that's our final. We will not sing the song because it's very cringe. It's very cringe, but if you
Taylor
love
Lautner, please.
Lava Boy, Shark Boy and Lava Girl, I will leave the link to that song sa episode na ito. So, that is the final message of our episode. So, just dream. And do not be afraid to dream. You have the freedom to dream. And just allow yourself to ano tawag yan? Allow yourself to fail. Because sometimes, yun nga, hindi lahat ng gusto natin nakukuha natin. And allow yourself to accept those kinds of certain realities talaga. Some things are just out of control, then you just have to work with that. And with that said, this is a very oh my god, talking with you is so much
I'm
fun.
glad we got to do this again. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Yeah. And ano tawag nito sa host ng episode na pinag-reacta namin, which is Changing Careers and Chasing Dreams by Sip and Shot. Please make more podcast episode.
Yes, please.
I really
Sana
love your
mag-continue
show.
pa sila.
Yeah, actually I binge listen to their show kasi konti lang
All of
naman.
them? All the episodes?
Yeah, I binge listen to
Nice.
them. And yeah, please continue. Angel and Hans, I hope that you are listening.
Please.
Please continue doing podcasting. Please. Ang ganda ng content ninyo. And I'm sure our listeners would have fun listening to you guys as well. So, with that said, this is me, PJ, with Iza. And thank you so much for listening to this episode. So again, if you want to listen to Iza, search nyo lang. Best podcast in the Philippines.
No.
And lalabas ang equipped podcast in game and in life in Apple Podcast as well as Spotify and all your podcast platforms. So that's it. Thank you so much for listening.
Alright, I meant to plug.
And yeah, plug. Shameless plug, diba? So I will see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.